Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Chelle. So today I have a foodie video for you, and it's essentially a what I eat in a week for dinner video, where I'll be showing you all our meals that we've eaten over a period of a week. They're really easy meals as well, so great for kind of mid-week meals. They're great if you are calorie counting. Most of them are around the 500 calorie mark and are also Slimming World friendly, so I'll include the calorie information and any kind of sin information as well for anyone who is also following Slimming World. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do and you enjoy the recipes, then please give this video a thumbs up. If you are new, then I do make quite a lot of kind of foodie content, so I would love for you to subscribe. And I have also got a foodie Instagram account, which I will link down below, where I try and upload recipes. I'm not that great, but sometimes we try and put our new kind of recipes on there. It's Eat Well Not Less _UK if you want to follow along over there. There's already quite a lot of recipes on there, and again they've got all the calorie and sin information and obviously how you make it as well. So yeah, let's get into today's video. So the first meal that I wanted to share with you is one that I actually made in the air fryer, and it is a veggie pasta bake, but made the whole thing in the air fryer, so it was really easy to make, and that came in at 3 sins per person and 513 calories. This one only served 2 of us, but obviously if you want to make it for more, then just double the quantity and the ingredients, and I will link all of the ingredients. I basically list it in the description down below if you just want to grab that and then go shopping for any of the particular meals. This is everything you'll need to make the veggie pasta. So you'll obviously need some pasta. I'm making this for 2 people, by the way, but if you want to make it for more, like 4 people, just double the ingredients. So I've got my pasta already cooking on there, so before I forget about that, I normally go for 75 grams of pasta per person. Use any pasta you want. I'm just using Fusilli because I find that it kind of holds the sauce quite well. And then veggie wise, I've got about 5 or 6 mushrooms that I've just sliced, 1 onion sliced, about half a red pepper, 1 large tomato. I'll put some spring onions on top. I've got a veggie stock cube. I've got about 50 ml of milk here. Then you'll want some cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want, whether you've got cheddar, but I've got some mozzarella, so I'm going to use that. And then you'll want about a tablespoon of, probably only about half a tablespoon actually, of maple syrup, some white wine vinegar, and then spice wise, so this is kind of where all your flavour comes in, you'll need some onion granules, mild chilli powder, garlic powder, paprika and ground cumin, and then to make it extra cheesy, some light cream cheese. So the first thing that you want to do is get your pasta on. So like I mentioned, I've already got my pasta cooking away over there. It's already been on about 5 minutes. I'll leave it about another 5 minutes. And then most of this is actually done in the air fryer, other than boiling the pasta. So then what I'm going to do is basically put all of this into the air fryer, bar the mushrooms. So I won't put the mushrooms in because they don't take as long. I'm just going to pop that in here. So I've got the onions, pepper and tomato going in here. Spray that with a little fry light and then pop it into the air fryer for around 5 minutes. I'll just season that with a little bit of salt and pepper as well. Whilst the veggies are doing in the air fryer, then I'm just going to get my spices ready because it's easier. If your pasta is done, then just remove it from the heat. I normally take it off the heat about 2 minutes before it's done. And then super simple, you basically need half a teaspoon each of your spices. Put a little bit more chili powder because I like it a little bit hotter. I've got hot paprika and then the ground cumin as well. So there you go, you've got your spice mix there. So all I've done is just added half a teaspoon of each of the spices. Also just going to make up the stock, so I just put my veggie cube in there, and then you don't need much water, to be honest, so literally about that much water. How much is that? I don't know, 20 mils or something. Just a little bit of stock, so just mix that up. Had the milk in here as well, that's probably why it looks a funny colour. So just mix that up, and then in about 1 minute then my mushrooms are ready to go into the air fryer as well. So I've just taken the onions, tomatoes and peppers out of the air fryer. You can see they've already started to cook nicely in there. Then you want to add in, then you want to add in your mushrooms. Add in the mushrooms, the seasoning that you've got here, so your spice mix that you've just mixed up there. And then I'm going to add probably only about half a tablespoon of this actually, of the white wine vinegar. Oh, that's probably too much. Never mind, that'll be alright. Once you've got the spices and the vinegar in, just give that a good mix together. Oh, that mushroom's well coated. And then basically you want to make a little bit of a kind of gap in the middle. And then here's where you want to add in your cream cheese. So I'd say about 3 tablespoons. They're quite big tablespoons, to be honest. It's probably about 4 level tablespoons, but I've done heaped ones. So if you're making it, so it's about 50 grams, I would say. So you pop that in the middle, and then that's ready to go back in. You don't want to stir it at this stage. I'm just going to spray that with some fry light, and then put that back into the air fryer for about another 5 minutes. So that's been in there about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to mix that a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the pasta. So I've got my cooked pasta here, a bit of the stock in there as well, so the vegetable stock, and then the milk. And then I'm just going to add the maple syrup. The maple syrup with the cheese and all the spices is amazing. So I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of maple syrup. If you haven't got maple syrup, you can just use honey instead. So then give that a good mix together, so all the pasta's coated, and then just pop that back in the air fryer another couple of minutes, and then you can add on your cheese. So I've just taken this out the air fryer, so I've probably left it in a little bit longer because I went to do something, but I only needed a couple of minutes in there. And then all I'm going to do is just sprinkle some cheese over the top. So like I said, you can just use whatever cheese you want, put it back in for another couple of minutes, and then it's ready to serve. So I put it in for another couple of minutes, and you can see the cheese on top has gone nice and crispy, and then it's ready to serve. So I'll just serve it with a salad on the side and the spring onions on top. If you like it a bit spicier, you can also add some jalapenos on top, which is what Nick's doing. Next up is a meal that I made in the slow cooker, and as now we are coming into September, October, the burst seasons, and yeah, it's getting a lot cooler. Autumn is well kind of on its way soon. Then that is a time where I definitely use my slow cooker a lot more. And in this I made a slow cooked beef, I can't get my word out, a slow cooked beef brisket ragu, and this actually did us for 2 dinners because it probably serves around 6 people, probably 6 to 8 to be honest, because it actually did us for 2 dinners during the week, and then there was still a portion that I froze for another dinner for another week as well, which is great. Sin wise, this one is completely sin free, and came in at 542 calories. This was just one that I put on one morning before work, left it whilst I was at work all day, came home and it was done. Just served it with some tagliatelle and it's delicious and honestly so tasty, super easy to make, and yeah, it's like real comfort food but fairly good for you as well. This morning I'm just going to quickly put our dinner on for this evening. So this time of year especially, I often do a couple of slow cooker meals each week, and tonight I'm going to make a slow cooked ragu. What I really like about this is I can just throw all the ingredients in the morning and then it's ready when I get in from work. At the end of the day and we get in from school, there's no faffing around. This recipe in particular, so it uses beef brisket, and this easily serves like 6 to 8 people, so this will easily do us for 2 evenings. And to make this, I've got 1 chopped carrot and 1 onion, so to save time I basically did all of this last night and then I just grabbed this out the fridge in the morning and it's ready to go. I also peeled the garlic cloves last night, so I've got 6 garlic cloves from Rosemary from the garden, some tomato puree. In here you'll need around 100 ml of red wine. I just normally keep a bottle that I just use for cooking. The brisket, like I said, so you want about 800 grams will do you for around 6 to 8 people, I find, because it goes all nice and shredded. Some thyme, some basil, oregano, tinned tomatoes, and then I've just got some beef stock in here, so I've got around, what, 300 ml of beef stock in there. Put either a saucepan, or I've actually got the slow cooker that you can put directly on the hob, which is super handy. I'll link it down below if anyone's interested. Then just spray it with some fry light, and then you just want to basically brown the meat on all sides, not for long at all, just for a couple of minutes really. So just sear it only for a couple of minutes on each side, and then it's time to add all of the other ingredients into your slow cooker. So add in the carrots and the onions, the red wine, tin of chopped tomatoes, then a couple of teaspoons of the oregano with the basil as well. Then add in your garlic cloves. I'm adding in around 5 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, pour over the beef stock, so 300 ml of that. Give it all a really good stir together. So at this point the beef should be pretty much coated. Pop in your rosemary, and then lastly just season with some salt and pepper. I've just given it a good stir. Honestly, it smells incredible. I can't wait to eat this later. Pop the lid on, and then you want to cook it on high for around 7 to 8 hours, and then it's all ready for you when you get home from work. So it's probably been around 8 hours now, and I just thought I would show you what it looks like now. So you can see already that the beef has already started to break away, so there's just some really big chunks in here. And what I'm going to do now is just shred this into smaller portions of beef, and then it's ready to serve with some tagliatelle or spaghetti. So I've just started to shred this, so you can get like pretty big chunks, and you can see that it's already so easily just falling apart. So all you want to do is just basically shred those chunks there with a couple of forks. Oh, honestly, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. Again, another big chunk here. Just grab it and start to shred it in small little chunks, and it just comes away so easily. Just keep going until you've shredded the whole thing. You can see now it's all nicely shredded, and the beef just sucks up all the sauce. Wednesday was a kind of another pasta dish. I don't really know what to call it. I've called it summer orzo pasta because to me it just looks really bright and vibrant and it looks like kind of summer on a plate. But yeah, you obviously don't need to have it in summer. This is a veggie pasta again. So delicious, really tasty, got really nice kind of flavours in there. This is one that I just randomly made up one day a while ago, just when I had loads of leftover veg, and it's now one that I always go back to and just follow kind of what I did because it is so tasty, so easy to make again. It's all made in one pan, hardly takes any time at all. So sin wise, this one comes in at 2 sins per serving and is 489 calories. This is everything you'll need for the veggie orzo pasta. So you can use orzo, you can use whatever pasta you like, but I really like the texture of orzo with this one, and I normally use around 75 grams per person. I'm making this for 3 of us. Need an onion, a carrot, some garlic. I'm just being lazy and using garlic puree, a red pepper. So you can use jarred red pepper as well. I've used that in this before if you have it. A couple of tomatoes, a handful of spinach, some broccoli, and then some sun-dried tomato pesto, and then also some feta. Where did I put the feta? Also a little bit of feta, completely optional, but just to crumble on top, it just adds that extra layer. So super easy to make, and I'll show you how to make it now. First thing I'm going to do is pop the orzo on. So like I said, I normally do about 75 grams per person. Put a large saucepan, or I've just got a wok here, onto a high heat initially and just spray it, I'm running out of this, with some fry light. Then all I've done is just finely diced the carrots and onions. I'm just going to fry them off for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, the onions and carrots will have softened nicely, so I'm just going to add in the chopped pepper, and then, so just the garlic, I'm being lazy, so just going to add a bit of the garlic in there, and then I'll just leave that for another couple of minutes just while I chop the broccoli and the tomatoes. After a couple of minutes, then just add in your broccoli, next you want to strain your orzo and just pour it in here. Give that a quick mix through. Next you want to add in your chopped tomatoes, so I've just put a little bit of salt and pepper on those as well, and then my roughly chopped spinach. We stir all of that through just for a couple of minutes until the spinach wilts, and then it's pretty much ready to serve. Then it's pretty much done, so all I'm going to do now is just add a tablespoon of sun-dried tomato pesto, stir that through, and then I'll season it with salt and pepper and scatter it with the feta. Friday night we often like to do a bit of a fakeaway type thing, so this one was almost like a really healthy version of a fakeaway though. I actually made it from one of these recipe cards that you pick up in the supermarkets. This was in Waitrose and it's called Salmon and Avocado Noodles. It's just all in one bowl. It's like a big bowl of loveliness. It was so delicious, super easy to make, only took me about 10 minutes to make as well. So this one came in at 3 sins, and what were the why doesn't it tell me? Oh, I haven't worked out the calories because, oh, they are on here. and the calories were so fairly high, much higher than calories in the other one, so 700 calories, but obviously not as much as if you got a takeaway. It was a bit of a Friday night treat. So I don't actually sin avocado. I never really have, and I haven't found that it makes any difference, but obviously it is technically a sin. So if you're following Slimming World and want to sin avocado, then you'll need to kind of add that onto these sins as well. But yeah, really easy to make, super delicious, loads of veggies in there, salmon, noodles. It was just a real nice treat on a Friday evening.
So today we're having salmon and avocado noodles, which serves two and takes around 15 minutes. So let's see what we need. So we need a pack of edamame. We need 160 grams, so that's 150, which is perfect. We need 2 boneless, skinless salmon fillets. We need 1 pack of egg noodles from the fridge, 1 ripe avocado, and 2 spring onions that will be finely sliced. And then to make this sauce, which will go over the top, we need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We need 1 tablespoon of mirin. We need 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. We need 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and we need about a teaspoon of chopped or grated ginger. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so we've used this, which is a bit lazy, but at least we've got it in the fridge ready to go. So let's pull it all together and make this lovely dish. Right, first thing we need to do is get these salmon fillets and place them into the grill or the air fryer. So I'm just going to use the air fryer because it's a bit easier. And then we just need to put 2 teaspoons of the dressing over the salmon. So I'll do that now. There we go, and then we'll cook that for about 6 to 8 minutes in the grill or the air fryer. Whilst the salmon's cooking, we need to get on with our egg noodles. So we need to cook them according to the packet instructions, which here we can either microwave them or wok them. So I feel it's probably easier to wok them, so we don't use any electricity. So I'm just going to put these in the wok with, it says here it says heat oil, but I might just do some spray oil and then just stir fry them for about 3 minutes so they're cooked. Meanwhile, I'm just going to slice these spring onions and cut the avocado into slices as well. With our avocado and our spring onions cut to how we need them to be, the fish is in the air fryer. We're going to get on with the noodles. So I'm going to spray this wok with some spray oil, and then what I'm going to do is just pop those noodles in there for about 3.5 minutes. They'll be cooked, and then we can start to assemble our plate of food. Okay, everything's come together nicely now, so what we'll do, we'll take some noodles, put them in our dish, then we'll go and grab the salmon from the air fryer, and we'll place our salmon on top. Then we just need to dress this a little bit, so we'll get some avocado slices, and we'll get our edamame, just sprinkle those in there. Top it with some spring onion. And what we'll also do is just pour over some of this lovely sauce. And as a little added extra, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to add some chili flakes. And there we have it. Salmon noodles in about 10 minutes.
So that brings me to the end of this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed these meals and just sharing what I eat in a typical week, typical midweek dinners when I'm working full time, a busy mum, you know, just haven't got loads of time in the evening but still want to try and eat healthily, follow Slimming World, keep my kind of calories lower. Yeah, and hopefully they're a little bit different as well. I always try and share meals that you wouldn't hopefully normally make, just to give you a little bit more inspiration as well. So yeah, hopefully these videos are useful for you, and yeah, they give you some inspiration. So if you have enjoyed it, then please do give it a thumbs up, as it does help my channel, and hopefully I'll see you in a video again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.